attention to your intuition. Thank you so much. Okay, we can go home now. It's lovely. Yeah, savor the concert. All right, now it's time for meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable and let yourself just be present here and now. There's no place we have to go or nothing that we have to do. We can just be still and know. So perhaps as we take some deep breaths in, we breathe in, God is, and we breathe out, I am. Acknowledging that one presence and that one power right here, right now, in this perfect divine moment. Breathing in and breathing out and feeling your body relax. Just be still and know. I invite you to see that breath that's going in and out of your heart space as this magnificent pink love light. With every breath you take, you breathe that in and it fills your entire body. That love of God that you are breathes you, is who you are. It's glowing brightly. We claim in this moment, I am the power of love, and I am loving. We claim it in the depths of our beingness to know that Christ light within us, that beautiful pink love light, is who we came to be. And so if there is a challenge in a relationship right now, I invite you, as you're thinking of this one, to send that pink love light and encompass this person or situation and completely surround it with your love. Claim that this healing power of love is harmonizing this situation as you call forth that power to create that which you know is possible when you love from that loving place that you already are. So you bless them. You feel gratitude in your heart for the ability to claim this healing, harmonizing power of love. Healing the relationships. And now I invite you, as we move into a moment of silence, see this same power of love surrounding our country and our planet, and claim it for each and every one in the silence. Divine love is our true nature. And it can never run out. It's never ending, as the song said. It is inexhaustible, unconditional, and infinite. And because of this, our hearts feel gratitude. Gratitude that we can share our love and our light with all the beings on the planet. And now we begin to bring our attention back into the room. And whenever you're ready, just open your beautiful eyes. Thank you, Bob. I would like to dedicate this service today to Don Getz because he made an impact in this community in the time that he was here. I don't know if you all know what zeal he had for that craft fair, but he was all about raising money for this building. And so he will be very delighted to know that we met that $50,000 match that was so generously given to us. And so that's why we are making a final push for the last couple of months, but Don was all about creating this building, and for that we are very grateful. And Mary, we send you our love and our light. I want to take a moment to read a sweet letter that this church got in the mail. It says, "Dear congregation, on behalf of the students and staff at Charlotte Harbor School, we would like to say a special thank you for your donation of the Christmas meals you donated for some of our school's families. It is totally incredible how a group of people can make such an impact and at the same time take such a wonderful interest in our school and our students. And please know that it is very much appreciated. You have not only helped the students of Charlotte Harbor School, but the community as well. It is through people and businesses such as yours that have helped us to achieve our motto here at Charlotte Harbor School, a magical place where miracles can and do happen, actually become a reality." So that was signed, Sincerely Christy Johnson, the principal of Charlotte Harbor School. So thank you to the outreach team, Carmen and gang, and that's where Shayna works, and she told me this morning that their artwork is being displayed at the county fair. So I think it would be a great thing to take a trip down to the fairgrounds and see the work of the students from that school. You see, we receive a lot of letters here like that. It just opens my heart because the generosity in this place is just amazing. All we have to do is say there's a need, and then people come forth and serve and share of their good. That's why I know that it is my honor and delight to witness each and every one of you showing up as love, as you do, as you share from your good in this beautiful place. I have had people tell me that they feel the love when they first get here. I've actually had people say that they felt it when they got out of their cars before they got into the building. They could feel the love that is here. So I just want to thank you for being that and holding that light in the world. So it's with this new theme for this month, we have a new affirmation and a new theme. Hang on. There it is. This artwork is Eva Kruger. She's in grade 5, y'all. Isn't it amazing? The flow of love. So we're doing the divine flow all through the year, and we're celebrating the 12 powers. And so let's say our affirmation together. I am a channel of divine love, freely giving and joyfully receiving. I don't know how many of you know, but love is one of the core values of this church. We usually have a banner here, and we don't have it here today, but there on the banner, besides our mission and vision, are the core values, and love is one of our core values. The first one in the list is spirit-led, because always we don't do anything without spirit first, without praying before we do something. And also inclusivity and prosperity is in that list. But to me, love is the foundational principle. We are, after all, the Unity Church of Peace, right? So we have to emanate that. So today, I want to talk about love is the nature of God and us. That's what I want to focus on. Our primary focus today is that God is not a distant source of love. It's not outer directed. God is love, and therefore we are that. And our unity teaching that love is one of the 12 powers, it's active and expressive in and through us. It's also, Fillmore referred to it as our faculties of mind. They are also aspects of God. And I think this power is foundational, and it resides in a great place of wisdom within our own hearts. The idea of free-flowing love is that we don't have to earn it. It is not withheld from us, or is it limited in any form or fashion. And the fact is, the more we share our love and the more we welcome it into our lives, the more of it we experience and feel, and that love will flourish in our minds, in our hearts, and in our lives. Our co-founder, Charles Fillmore, who discerned these 12 powers for us, said this: love is the power that binds together the whole human family. And I believe, I heard Greg Brayton years ago in my church in Texas, when he came together and did this long presentation. At the end, he said, you know, it is heart coherence that is going to heal our planet. Heart coherence. It is us feeling and knowing the love that we are, and feeling that and seeing it and holding it and claiming it for all others as well. So our love is unconditional. Divine love is constant, always here, always present. It doesn't start and stop with any human behaviors, no matter what you're witnessing. And the unity perspective is that divine love is a spiritual law. It's always available. It's always giving of itself. It's not like the emotion of romantic love that, as we know, can come and go and have all sorts of plateaus and everything in between, right? It's not an emotion. It is so much more than that. Our primary source of love that comes within is that expression that we are as God, because God, what? Is spirit. God doesn't have hands and feet and arms. God's not a guy sitting on a cloud in the sky with a big white beard. You know, we got rid of that a long time ago. We know God is ever present, omnipresence, right? Omnipotent, omniscient. That's how we see God. And so this one mind and one heart is how we come to be here to express God through us. So our perfect example of it always is Jesus. Jesus showed unconditional love, even when he was in the midst of having a fearful experience. Even in the face of fear or rejection, he was still that presence and that power of unconditional love. Our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, said, when we learn to be still and know the I am of us, God's perfect idea of us, the Christ being within us, we lack nothing. We can become like Jesus the Christ if we abide in the secret place of spirit. So we're always seeking that, aren't we? We're seeking that alignment to be more in our spiritual beingness and less in our humanness. To be more in that alignment, to know that from that Christed beingness, we can make really much better choices. So, in Unity, we look at the Bible and translate it metaphysically. So today, our scripture is from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, the first verse. If I speak in the tongues of mortals and of angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. So Paul, you see, is speaking to the Corinthians in this scripture, and the tongues of men metaphysically represent the intellectual expression that we are, and the tongues of angels represent the expressions of spiritual truths. So perhaps, again, it's head versus heart. There is so much emphasis placed on the gift of love in connection for how we speak. If we need to speak with a consciousness of divine love, if we hope to use our God-given power to build, to bless, and to heal, we have to speak from that divine love that we are. And you know how important our words are. And you know once they come out, you can't really take them back. So you want to think before you speak, because love unifies our consciousness with that of spirit. And love also harmonizes and unifies our consciousness with that of our fellow human beings. And y'all, the world needs us to be that love right now for our fellow human beings. When we are living from that Christ nature of us, we're no longer clanging cymbals or noisy gongs. We are being the expression of God that we came here to be. Charles Fillmore also said, God does not love anybody or anything. God is love in everybody and everything. Do you see the big difference in that? God is love, and we become loving by permitting that which is God in us to find expression through us in our words and acts. So speak with tongues of angels. Isn't that the goal? To speak from our hearts, to say our truth. But things get in the way and they block that flow, like standing on the hose, blocking the flow, right? So what is it but fear and judgment that we have about things that are going on? Old beliefs can restrict us, can restrict that awareness of the love that we are, but it never can restrict the supply. That supply is always there. And I was referring to In the Flow by Eric Butterworth, this wonderful book that he has. And he says, there is a flow of harmony and love everywhere, whether you are aware of it or not, and whether you are consciously moving in it or not. This is what omnipresence of God means. You do not leave this presence of the flow when you're negative or resistant. You leave the consciousness of the presence. That is the difference there, and it's so important to remember, because the unity principle here is that we don't block God's love. We block our own receptivity for being that which we came here to be. And many people believe that love is constituted by the object, but that's not it. It's the faculty of love that we are. So I invite you this week to gently notice yourself. Be the observer of your life and notice where there may be a constriction that you're feeling in your life. Maybe there's a holding back somewhere where you're restricting that flow. You're standing on that hose for yourself, because we can open ourselves to that flow as we learn to practice forgiveness, as we learn to release self-judgment, and as we choose compassion first and foremost for ourselves. and then to the greater community. One example is, sometimes we get awkward when we're being given compliments. Have you ever felt yourself like somebody compliments on your outfit and you say, oh, that old thing, it just drug it out from the back of the closet. We're always like diminishing that. And so nice sentiments are wonderful, and it's a way to condition your thinking to start looking for the best in other people and to lift them up by letting them know that you like something about them. And secondly, it's how you can recognize any resistance that you have on your part to receive that free-flowing love of God. You may discover that there are some self-criticisms or old beliefs that you're still hanging on to, that somehow you are less in some form or fashion than what you are, which is the beloved child of God that you came here to be. So pay attention to the kind words that you receive and let yourself take them in and feel the gratitude for that when you have a compliment that's been given to you. And after all, if people didn't see it in you, they wouldn't compliment you on it, right? So there is value and there is worth there. They wouldn't say it if they didn't see it. So one affirmation that we can use is, I allow the love of God to flow freely in and through me. Let's say it together. I allow the love of God to flow freely in and through me. So how is it that we can help this flow continue on a regular basis? Well, divine love is always seeking to express love through us. And so it comes through our acts of kindness, our acts of generosity, our acts of listening, and our acts of being present to people. I've witnessed that in the gathering of people around Mary Getz this week, the people that showed up and are helping her move through this time of grief. Linda Martella Whitsett, in her book Divine Audacity, says, the harmonizing power of love within us is our capacity for harmonious thoughts, words, and actions regarding others and ourselves. It's who we came here to be, and your job is to always to give away more kindness. Doesn't it feel good to give away your kindness? Cindy must have given out 12 kind bars, more than 12 kind bars at Moffitt this week, to people just to show how appreciative she is for all the work that is being done in that center. So when we allow that love to flow through us, we become conduits. We become channels for more love and for healing and for unity for everyone. So Jesus' teachings was to call forth an embodiment, not just a belief, but for us to embody this unconditional love. So here are some practical ways that you can apply it in your life. Daily, I would like for you to pause and just ask, whenever some situation comes up, how can love flow here? Maybe you're observing the news or you're reading an article or something. So ask yourself, just pause and ask, how can love flow here? And like in our meditation this morning, take one relationship, choose one situation, and consciously bring your love to it. And then trust that love, because once you allow that, it multiplies exponentially. It's a big work that we have for us to stay aligned with a greater purpose when we're witnessing all the things that we're witnessing. It's a greater purpose that we all have to claim the good that we know that is unfolding. I don't know how many of you are watching the Walk for Peace that the Buddhist monks are doing. Oh my gosh, if you haven't seen that on Facebook, you need to plug into that because I'm telling you, it is amazing. They are raising the vibration of our planet just by showing up as peace and by having this intention. 2,300 miles they're walking from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C. in the rain, the snow, all kinds of hazardous weather, they are walking. And I want to tell you that people that have nothing to do with Buddhism, all walks of life are showing up and trying to give them things and share with them. And they are brought to tears by their physical presence because they've probably never been around somebody that's so enlightened and so love-filled. So the love of God is not something we seek, it's something we simply must allow. As we open our hearts, we discover that divine love has been flowing all along. My advice is to love others generously and to receive that love that comes your way wholeheartedly. Take it in, and as more and more of us commit to that, we will enlighten every mind and we will fill every heart to overflowing. And this is how we will change our world one person at a time. All right, enough preaching, time for a joke. So this lady wakes up and she rolls over and she tells her husband, I had this dream I want to share with you. I had this dream that you gave me this beautiful pearl necklace on Valentine's Day. What do you think it means? She said. Well, I don't know, but we'll soon find out. We'll soon find out. So that evening, he comes home with a little wrapped gift. And he hands her this little box, and she's all excited. And she opens it up, and there's a book, How to Interpret Dreams. Oh, boy. Feel sorry for that guy. All right. I'm going to close with Emmett Fox, Around the Year with Emmett Fox. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Righteousness means right thinking, and I know that to think rightly about any condition means healing and safety. Christ in me, my good shepherd, is now guiding me in the path of right thought. So all will be well. The nature of God is that all-powerful, omnipresent good, boundless love. I know that this boundless love is now taking care of me and arranging all of my affairs. And that's the way it is, y'all. Thank you and God bless. Thank you so much. Now is our time in our service when we get to give from our good, and we get to hear another sweet song by Bob and Shannon. I'll call the ushers forward, please. And we're going to say our offering blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, that this is so.